Hello everybody and welcome back to the Jake's RC Stuff channel, and today I'm going to put it straight out there at the beginning so that people can't complain. We're not going to talk about planes or flying or anything today. Excuse me. We are going to be talking about equipment for the channel. I've managed to finally get the video quality roughly where I want it, with whether I'm doing HDR, whether I'm doing 4K. I've got rid of the flickering. You know, I can get something that's relatively white. No, I'm trying to find something that didn't have like personal info on it, but I don't risk anything. Whoops. So other than the fact that eventually I will get a new iPhone and that'll have USB-C and USB 3 to get the video off faster, I'm happy where video is and where the phone is. So one of the big problems I have is the audio. So I can see it in the bars at the minute, but you know, I have the camera off and facing down the bench, but I am sat on this side, or stood on this side. And the problem is it can sound as if I'm coming through your right ear, or left ear. An ear more than the other. Now, the easy thing to do would be mix it to mono, but that doesn't sound as great. And another problem I have, of course, if I decide I need to wander over here to go grab something, well, I'm further away from you. And it can, and obviously, you can hear the volume difference and things like that. And the fact the microphone's trying to pick me up from the other side of the room, it just doesn't sound great. Another thing as well is, again, I got the house to myself, so I can sort of project my voice and make it sound nice. But what would be nice if I could sort of talk like this and you still be able to pick me up properly and not be sort of shouting and projecting to the other side of the room. You know, being able to talk like this would be much better. So, back to projecting again. I decided to purchase something. This is the Rode Wireless Mini microphone system. Now, there's sort of four main ones. Obviously there's brands you've not heard of before, or certainly less well used that you see on the internet. There's also like dual pack, so instead of having a transmitter and receiver, it'll have two transmitters and the receivers, you can have more people. There's basically four. There's this Wireless Me, there's the Wireless 2 or the Wireless Go 2, again from Rode, and then you've got the DJI Mic, that's just what it's called, and the DJI Mic 2. And again, the Go 2 and the Mic 2 have like double microphone packs. So yeah, and they go back to the apologies. I'll go for it off the cuff. Now, why did I not go for the mic for the Go 2 or the DJI 2? Very simple, too expensive. This was £109, but recently went on offer as Black Friday to £99, less than 100 quid. The DJI one is 139. There's two main reasons, well, three. One, the price, but two reasons why I didn't go with the DJI one. Number one, I don't use any DJI action cameras. So what's good with the DJI mics is that you can pair them directly with the cameras, and everything's synced up and blah, 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 and it can be fully wireless. Don't do that, not interested in doing it anytime soon, so the extra 40 quid is better in my back pocket going on to something else. And one of the things that I really liked about this, does it have it on here somewhere? It has it on the back. Gain assist. So gain basically means how sensitive something is. So for example, when we talk about FPV antennas, something with a higher gain means usually more range because it's more sensitive. Usually they end up being directional, not omnidirectional, so you've got to point them in the direction your craft is. But yeah, gain means sensitivity. In terms of a microphone, gain basically means volume, more or less. I know some audiophile is going to complain that it's not actually that, it's blah, 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 blah. But basically that's what that means. If you turn the gain up and down, what you notice is the sound. Now, if you have it too low, the trouble is it's still going to pick up the background noise. So if it's too low and you have to boost it in your video editing software, your voice gets louder, but so does the background noise. And then possibly worse than that is having it too loud, or you have it peaking and crackling and weird and wonderful things because it's just the microphone gets overwhelmed. So this gain assist, basically, you put it on whenever you want and it should automatically adjust the gain to make sure you sound somewhat sensible. I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect. We'll try it in a moment. Again, I've got to learn how to get it to work. But, yes. Now, I believe the DJI system, instead of having automatic gain, what it does is it records a backup track that's 5 decibels quieter. So if you do set it up wrong and you're peaking, hopefully just knocking it down those 5 extra decibels will fix it, and it's better than, you know, as I say, having a bit of background noise you can edit out. You can't really do anything if you're peaking because it's too sensitive. So let's open this up. It is ripped open a little bit. I did that because I wondered if I could slide it out and have a cheeky look. But I couldn't, so I decided to wait for you guys. So, wireless me accessories. We have a little noisy thing that was in here, some lovely sweets. I'm joking, don't eat them, don't sue me. And then we have a regulatory and safety guide, straight in the bin. A relatively cheap pouch, if I'm honest with you, but certainly better than nothing. And then, at the very bottom of the box, we have our 2 devices, I guess. Let's look at the accessories first, because that's how unboxings work. So, it comes with connections to basically connect to anything, within reason. So, first of all, we've got little wind deflectors, so these just sort of clip onto the end. You've got a little clip there, they clip on and help get rid of some of the wind. Not sure if I'll particularly be using that because I'm going to be using it inside. There are stickers. I'm not sure if these are just decorative. You can sort of see it's got the Rode logo on, or if they're actually meant to do something. We'll look in the book for that. Love Your Wireless Me, Wirelessly Regulatory and Safety Guide, another one. Okay. And then the stuff we actually care about. So we've got 2 magnetic microphone clips. I believe that's 2 separate ones. It says, maybe, I don't know. So there's that. You've then got a 3.5mm to 3.5mm, and a 3.5 to a triple. So for example, if you want to plug it into a laptop that might have an all-in-one headphone port, you need to use that one because it's got the 3 prongs. That's 2 prongs. Again, very likely to use them because it's very likely for me to get a proper camera unless I start making serious money from this. In all my videos, I'm going to do a bit of begging now, there is always a PayPal Me link in the description if you've got some free, not free, but spare PayPal credit, PayPal balance, and want to send it to me as a Christmas treat to put towards this. Greatly appreciated. And last but not least, we have 2 cables, one USB-C to USB-C and one USB-C to Lightning. So using this for a while before I switch to this whenever I get the next phone. And then, of course, we have the devices themselves, and these are sort of in this tray, sort of. So, this is the receiver. So this goes to the camera. It's relatively small. Have we got something RC related I can compare it to? Not easily grabbable, no. Compared to a standard computer mouse, there you are, that's the sort of size of it. It's a relatively standard computer mouse. It's a Razer mouse, I mean. So there's that. So yeah, so this is the camera version. Now I saw it looks as if you can either clip it to your phone, so I can clip it on, boom, like that. That's now clipped to the phone. I also saw there might actually be a way to magnetize it to the like, how was it called? MagSafe thing on the back. Next generation wireless audio, for us UK representative, EU representative, peel it off. So there it is, a little sort of rainbow finish around the edge. So that's the receiver. So again, that's going to go camera side. Another thing that these have is actually the receiver has a microphone in it as well. So what you could do is you can have this clipped to your phone, and it can record you. So if you're doing an interview but you're behind the camera, you can do that. You can also sort of, I guess, if you were interviewing somebody but you know you weren't even going to include you asking the questions but you want it for reference when editing, you can do that. I imagine you can also somehow turn that off. One thing that this doesn't have is any sort of screen, so I'm not exactly sure how I set this up, but we'll find out. And then we have the transmitter, which as you can see is for the person. So more or less the same thing. You can plug in an external mic if you want to, so if you don't want such a big thing sort of on your breast pocket or at the top of your thing, you can do that. So there they are, transmit and receive. Now this clip, I'm interested in this clip. Is this magnetized? Oh yes, that's magnetized. All right, so, right, I see. So the idea with this, so that's a transmitter, so this goes on you. You can either clip it into your collar, or if you want to move it a bit further away, you can clip this on instead, and then have that on the inside of your shirt. So I think that's going to get lost. So I won't get used to using that. Yeah, there isn't really any instructions. I guess the idea is you just download the app. So it does say there's a free app. Free Rode video and audio apps. There's no like QR code. Oh, scan for more info, there is. Australian made and owned, or moaned, as I said, from Silverwall, New South Wales. Okie dokie. So that is the unboxing. I am going to now see if I can make it work. Because there is no instructions on how to make it work. There's no instructions on here. There's only regulatory information. So I do not know. There's a button on the bottom. I'm slightly worried that the battery light just keeps going green. Oh, we're on. Right, okay, so it's in some sort of like linking mode. So if I turn this on, I have to hold it for a while. Right, that's linked. So, I'm going to have a play with these. I'm going to let you listen to the first recording if I get it going. But I need to sort of plug it in and choose the settings. So, back in a sec. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is our first go with the new wireless mics. In terms of where I've got it positioned, I've got it positioned where a breast pocket would be on a shirt, sort of down there. I did try and put it directly on my collar, but because it's a t-shirt, the collar wasn't sort of stiff enough to hold it up, and I thought, well, instead of this flapping around and hitting me and, you know, sort of knocking on the camera, I'll use the magnet and put it in. So the way that that magnet works is you've got sort of the, in fact I can show you on the receiver. So basically you've got a bit of metal that goes in that clip, and then that's what the magnet magnetizes to. Another thing that's good is that the DaVinci camera just immediately picked it up. And another thing that I have noticed is it does look like you can do audio monitoring. So I can have an AirPod in and make sure that I'm not peaking or doing anything daft or whatever. So of course I'm just speaking normally. I'm trying not to project. I may have done at the beginning. This is sort of me just talking normally to somebody now. What's great, of course, is I'm on the right side of the table. I can go over here to the left side of the table. This is me moving around as well, so you I'm sort of jiggling my moves about like an idiot. And I'm going to walk all the way over here, as if I'm getting something out from these boxes over here, blah, blah, blah. In terms of sort of doing stuff on the table, that'll be a good sort of test. Something that I haven't thought about these until now is, of course, when I'm doing stuff on the planes. Let's say I want you to listen to some beeps. I'm not sure how it's going to pick up being, you know, not on the bench. You know, if the thing's here directly in front of the microphone, we're instead using some professional gear. In terms of setup, I'm not sure if I said this or not. If I've said it already, I'm sorry, and I'm sure editing me will cut it out. I plugged it in. My phone immediately said there's an app for these Rode wireless, whatever they're called. Would you like to go to the App Store? I said yes. It then gave me 3 different apps. One was a control app, one was a interview app, and one was a professional video and audio app. I just installed the control app. It said that there was a firmware update, so I went ahead with the firmware update. It then said that your transmitter will not work until you update it as well. So I updated that very, very quick, although we do have fast internet. And then they all showed up in the app. Absolutely, completely stock settings. By default, the microphone on the receiver, which is the thing plugged into the phone, is off. Because otherwise you could get maybe some weird echo or something like that. Might always be good as like a backup. I don't know if that's an option. There was an option for levels. There was an option for muxing something or whatever. yeah, this is, other than a firmware update, this is how they came out the box. So I'm going to stop this recording now because I want to put an AirPod in and actually see what this sounds like and see, is this going back to Amazon or am I actually going to keep this? One thing I have noticed, of course, is that this is in mono, so I might listen to it and think, you know what, just mix the iPhone to mono, but again, hopefully this is a lot better. I'm also literally using them as they are. I'm not using our little furry bits. One thing I will say though is, by the time you put all your accessories in here, this pouch is really filled up, to be honest. So I would suggest keep the cables that you don't need at home, or like in your laptop bag if you're keeping a laptop with you. But yes, we've got some. Maybe I will put those on the Sky server because that's the plane we're gonna record with. So I'll give this a quick listen back. Give you a brief sort of first impressions review on what I think about it, and then yeah, we'll have a go at actually recording a proper video of this when we move to do some work on the Sky server. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. If you're interested in RC stuff, because this is very rare, hence the channel name, feel free to subscribe, and if you have any comments, questions, anything like that, feel free to leave it down below. Thank you for watching. No, not leaving, actually finishing the video, are we? You can still do all that stuff, but let me just listen to this clip. Okay, so you might want to skip around the video so you can hear the two different microphones sort of all compared directly to each other, but I have to say that obviously these do sound better. There is a bit of me that thinks, you know, is it maybe £100 worth of upgrade? I don't know. And the other thing, of course, is that if I do need to quickly put stuff away, obviously it's one more thing to remove. But yeah, it certainly sounds all right. One thing I have just noticed is it seems to have gone to coming out of one side. Why have you done that? That's weird. One sec. Okay, so the section that you just heard was actually from my AirPods Pro mic, which might be interesting. The only thing is that it was coming out of one side and wasn't mixed to mono. But it would be interesting to maybe have a listen back to that and see. But yeah, I was on the wrong mic, and it has now taught me, luckily in a test video, that if I'm trying to listen to something between takes, I'm going to be best having my iPad out or something like that, not getting confused with the microphone situation. But no, as I was saying, it certainly sounds better. Again, depending on what you're filming with, improving the camera might be more beneficial than a microphone. But again, for a 99 quid, it's not completely terrible. And of course, it might be even better outside, if we ever end up doing a video actually at the flying club. Having this, out in the wind with a little blowy thing on might be better. Well, I guess I've still got time to decide if I'm going to return it or not. Yeah, I don't really know. I'll probably think about it more when I'm doing the editing. And again, it will be interesting to hear how good those sound. If I mix all three to mono, so it's a test for a test. AirPods, phone versus this. It will be interesting to see. In fact, actually, I'll tell you what. Let's give that a try. Bear with me one moment. And once again, this is the Rode Wireless Mini that you've been hearing for sort of half the video. I'm wandering over here, I'm wandering over there. Again, it doesn't matter because the microphone is moving with me, but you might be able to hear some sort of noise of it slightly slapping against me or whatever. I guess if you were wearing, a professional suit or sort of a more sturdy cardigan like she is, you may not flap around as much. But yeah, it'll be interesting to edit all these little clips together and see which one is sounds the best, because to be brutally honest with you, if the AirPods sound pretty good, probably some text on the screen saying they didn't, if they didn't or whatever, then I might just stay with them and say, again, £100 is better in my pocket, especially considering that I need a new sort of general computer. That 100 quid is a SSD or a whatever. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. I've already done the like and subscribe stuff, so if you haven't yet, please do so. I'm going to have some fun editing this because I want to know, again, what are the best options. So thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.